guys, welcome back to another little walkthrough tutorial sort of thing. This time we're going to be heading into the Gnoll Waste. This one might be a little bit shorter than the others because by the time you hit the next blessing, which was not the right one, which is the Crescent Moon Blessing, you have to go through the 16 to 19 level grind. And as you guys know probably by now, that level grind takes quite a bit of time. If you haven't yet, I highly suggest taking a peek at my little not secret best places to farm for the level 16 to 19 grind. But I'm gonna take you guys all the way through till we get to the Jade Reach down here and have the that instance where we fight the very angry water geyser. But first thing you want to do as you start coming down this way, you want to grab all of these guys' quests, because you're gonna be in a very high level area comparative to where you are if you've been following me in my tutorial and my step-by-step stuff that I've been doing. You're gonna need to kind of get the equipment that these guys are offering you, and this is probably where you're gonna be spending most of your time here in either fighting or waiting for Bashal, because these are going to be a little bit more tough unless you upgraded your gear score like I suggested in the last video. Well, last tutorial. So, obviously, you know, come over, grab the chest, all that blah blah blah, good stuff. But as you can see, I'm in the red rank right now. But, you can see we kind of have a large area here that we're going to be working with. And, what I suggest you do is you kind of... I mean, you can kill some of these things here, but you kind of want to go far and work your way back a little bit. Obviously, if you see the trees and you're not about to be attacked by a buzzard, grab the sticks, because the sticks are the easiest thing to collect. Woo! But yeah, so I highly suggest going far and working your way back after the sticks here, because the sticks I think are only in this section. Ow! Lion Cub hurts. So the reason why I say go far and work back is because there's another Gnoll guy back here who gives you more quests in this back area. So he gives you a couple of pieces of equipment, but there's also an altar of Viscera back here. So if you are on the Lionheart and you're like, man, this Lionheart blessing sucks, and you're like, I want to switch, you can. There's an altar of Viscera back here. I gotta be careful because I ain't got no health. As you can see, I am 3 levels under what I should be at this point, and I have a 66% damage reduction. Thankfully, this guy is standing by a pyre. I always call them bonfires. I don't know, I'm weird. But, you know, pick up the bag, because that's Rudovic's bag, and then you got blah, 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 blah. The Rage Man, yeah, the bone spoke to you, sure. You get 2 more quests off this guy, and I again suggest you do these quests as well, because he gives you a quiver. It's pretty good experience. By the time you finish all this stuff, you should only be in yellow for your gear score if you're following my step-by-step here. So I don't think I have any lunch boxes, do I? Nope. Can I make a lunchbox? Hi. There we go. We're gonna make a lunchbox and eat it real quick. Wait, did it actually work? No. So that's a bit of a bug. You'll end up holding A the whole time. If it doesn't come up with that, usually it's like, oh hey, you messed up, and by the time I did that, I'm already almost fully healed. Oh good. You love to see it. We'll eat it anyway. I don't know what this only guy is doing. I think he's hoping that I'll work with him. But there's sometimes people here. This isn't a bad place to farm for experience if you want to. The harpies are pretty decent experience. Here's the altar of Viscera. And it looks like we got a regional quest here as well if we wanted to do that. But again, you're gonna go really far. Can I get up here? Yeah, here we go. You're gonna go really far. Alright, let's see if we can help this ranger out. Because right here, you're not really going to be going for experience. So, yeah, I'm getting a little bit less experience. But since I am very underleveled and underpowered here, it's better to just, you know, if you see people around, just do it. But you get the harpy eggs here. Oh, this person is doing the harpy egg quest as well. Yeah, 66% damage reduction. But you'll do these quests. And, you know, you'll work your way back, get the chest in this area and stuff like that as well. If you're running Lionheart, mark whatever you're shooting first, because you're going to do an increase in damage. And that's going to help you a massive amount. It's going to help you out a massive amount in this area, considering you are currently under geared. So as you can see, it takes a little bit. I'm not going to put this whole thing in. I will be back once I've completed all of the quests in this area, and we'll move on from there. So be right back. Alright, so we're back and I'm just turning in all these quests. The annoying, I think the most annoying part about this section is when you get all of these quests here, you end up having one more side quest where you have to go where you came from. And normally I wouldn't do it, but it gives pretty good experience. I actually got lucky. I did the area boss thing, and I actually got a really good bow from it. So I got really lucky with that. Yeah, so we're gonna go over and kill the, or we don't kill him, but we fight the big time king of the jungle guy. And then from here we're gonna be heading south into the Gnoll Wastelands, which the Gnoll Wastelands is home of Bashal, which you'll see a lot of people talking about Bashal. Bashal is probably the best. Hello? Oh, okay, well, there we go. Bashal is probably the best world boss to farm for loot until you get a little bit later in game, just because of how good of loot he does give and how many people are there. This king boss battle here, like, it's not even really a boss battle. It's actually pretty easy. You just treat it like any other lion. You don't even kill him all the way. He's just like, oh, well, you know what? I'm a pansy. And, like, the funny part about this quest, like, when you go back to this guy over here, you're like, the lion attacked me. He's like, oh, any time that I've gone and seen him, he was super nice, and he, like, let me pet him and stuff. And you just straight up call this dude insane, because he kind of is. He's like trying to be friends with lions and stuff. And I don't know about you, but I've never seen somebody have a good relationship with a lion where there's not a lot of meat involved. Sometimes you're the meat that's involved. But yeah, 25,000 experience. All those quests there, doing them got me from about a quarter of the way through 12 all the way to about 3/4 of the way, so about a half an experience bar. And before I do anything else, well, I'm gonna head over, speak to the equipment specialist and stuff like that. They're gonna teach me more stuff. We get a little cutscene. Yay, no waste. Woohoo! Ah, so pretty. It's actually not. I actually hate this region. I just don't like sandy regions. So, but did you said the patrol captain? Yeah, this patrol captain will be like, hey, you can upgrade all of your equipment, and it's another way to kind of, that was weird, upgrade your equipment. You get a blue equipment thing, yay, and then you speak the Marco Morta, all this fun stuff. But the first thing that I do before I move on is I actually go and I face Bashal, because of the equipment that I get, or that I have the potential to get. It makes waiting around and kind of struggling to beat Bashal early on worth it. I think on my ranger, on my normal ranger, not this ranger, I had gone and gotten a salt poop. I'd gone and gotten a C grade blue bow, and I used that all the way up until I actually bought myself a B grade blue bow. And the B grade blue bow is what I'm actually using now, and I'm getting closer to the end game. So in this area, there's actually a lot of like side quests you can just randomly get. I never do. I will face Bashal right here, and then I will go up to this Melosa person who gives you 3 quests. You do those 3 quests, and those plus Bashal pretty much give you everything that you would really need. Oh my god, apparently Bashal is up, and I just ran right into him. That was had a minor heart attack there, I'm not gonna lie. Hello? Okay, listen, this is the bad part about the game. Like, it's so slow to load stuff sometimes. I don't even know where Bashal is. I thought he wasn't loaded because I didn't even see any of these guys here. Hey, friend, you wanna pick me up? Someone? Hey, Corpsey's picking me up. But yeah, so, oh, come on. Beat Bashal. We're gonna beat Bashal, and then I'll be right. I'll be right back. All right, so Bashal is dead. Took a little longer than I would have liked, but no big deal. And I actually got really lucky with my Bashal chest. I actually got a blue B grade bow, which I would honestly probably upgrade as well, because it is able to be enhanced, and it has increases allies critical hit rate by 1.55% within a 5 meter radius. That's actually really good. And then I got some pretty decent B grade pants. They can't be enhanced, but they're pretty good, and they allow me to get some better healing. And then I got some pretty decent boots, which also give me some better critical hit rate. So I should be starting to crit pretty frequently. The only problem, if you didn't know, if you go to try to upgrade the bow here, I obviously don't have weapon fortification stones, but if you go to try to upgrade it, unfortunately you have a chance of failing, and you also have a chance of breaking your equipment that you're trying to upgrade. And if you break it, you either need repair tools, or you need a bow or a piece of equipment with the same name. I don't think it has to have the same upgrade amounts. So if you have a blue bow +5 and or +4, and you break it trying to get +5, and then you go like, oh well, what happened, and you get another blue bow of the same name, but has no enhancements, I think you can still use that to repair. Don't know for sure, don't quote me on that. If you do know, let me know in the comments below. But obviously, like I said, we come over to Melosa, learn about all the stuff. I don't know why it's giving me this. So yeah, I mean, I might just stay in this section right here, because they already completed this raid, and in 40 seconds I'm gonna get some experience. And I'm also going to, can you stop that? I'm also gonna get an advanced Gnoll waste chest, so it's worth just sticking around here for a couple seconds. But so these quests are all in this area, and it also comes right up where you're doing your main quest. And once again, I suggest starting far and working your way back, because you're going to do this main quest. You're going to have to face a faceless mage, and I'm telling you all this because I'm probably not going to put it in. You're going to face the faceless mage, kill the mage, kill the gnolls, get the food, and then come back out here and kill the hyenodons. Oh, I didn't even get it. And so by the time you come back to Melosa, all 3 of these quests are done, and if you need to, you can run back to the Soul Pyre. If not, the next area is right here for the main story quest. I'm not going to put that in because I feel like it's pretty straightforward. So I will be back once we start getting closer to something of interest, because after this, there's really no side quests until you get down to Ardell Trading Post, I believe. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. I don't remember off the top of my head, so I'll just be right back when there's something else to share. Alright, so as you can see, we got a new chest armor. We get it from Mr. Marco Morta here. We finished up all of the quests, and we are actually already heading down into the Jade Reach region. The main reason why I brought it back here is because there are these 3 quests over here that I encourage you to go do. I never really do them, but it will help you out in the long run whenever it comes down to actually needing experience and having experience. But also, I wanted to bring you back because I actually got like the best strength that I've had in running this game because of that triple gear Bashal drop. Triple gear Bashal drop. It's been a little crazy because like usually like I have a little bit of kiting that I have to do. I need to pay attention, but I'm actually just melting everything. And here we have the elephant graveyard, also known as the elephants. People love the elephants for experience. They are good experience, but if you are not in a group, you're probably not gonna get much experience, if any. Once these head out, there we go. So Tarming here he's the main reason why I brought you back now. He's actually going to become a big role later in the game. He gives you the main storyline for the Union quest. I say he, but I think it's a she. I don't know. They give you the main storyline for the Union quest, and what you want to do is you just automatically want to take Tarming to the outpost. When you're running like this, you don't have... Ah! Hey, look at that. Union trait content has been unlocked. Yay! But there's really nothing. You just run with Tarming back to the outpost. Nothing will bother you on the way there. He kind of talks to you and says a bunch of stuff, but I never really read it. However, in this outpost, one, I have a bone to pick with it. There's no shaping workbench, which is kind of poopy. They have everything else except for the shaping workbench. This a Rizzle person right here, a Rizzle, they give you the repeatable quests for your daily prestige and stuff like that, for like crocodile leather and all that. I never really do them unless I need to, but no, not Tarming. You just kind of go through, talk to these guys, and you know, get all that sort of information. She'll be like, hey, we want you to go collect resources and stuff like that. Really simple, really easy to do. Don't forget to grab this bonfire back here because it will become very helpful. But yeah, look, no shaping. It upsets me. I get upsetty about it. But Dawn's over here, and as soon as you talk to Dawn, you're gonna have a bunch of like side quests open up, and it's gonna go back to just taking care of all of the side quests that are kind of in this area. This lady right here, Merchant Queen Jacinda Ardell. very, very high and mighty title, might I say. She gives you a couple quests. You got to talk to goblins, blah blah blah. Just do everything in here first. She'll also say something about like, hey, kill some pumas and get some puma meat and stuff like that. You talk to some of these goblins, and I think it's a random choice every time. My ear is itchy. But yeah, you talk to these idle goblin workers. They're like, "Hey, we want better food." Yeah, wow, I'm getting really lucky. Usually, I gotta run all over this outpost. Yep, there it is. Some of them will tell you what you need for the quest. Some of them won't. Just find another one if they don't. And then I think this is where she says, "Hey, get puma meat," and then also she wants you to meet her like tracker, special tracker person thing. You also get prestige quests from her as well. Yep, here we go. Yeah, how else can I help? Goblins don't like money. Barha, yeah. So you just come outside. You don't even have to go very far for this quest, and I suggest just doing it right here, right now. There's no point in going somewhere else and then coming back, because unless you need to, there's no real reason to come back to Ardell trading post until you're pretty much done with this area. So you might as well get everything done as soon as you're here, just as soon as possible. As you can see, I am super lucky. These things are 4 levels above me, and I'm just melting them down because of this equipment. It's amazing. But I will be back once we get over into the next little area thing, where we'll have some more side quests. So, be right back. Alright, so we finished the Ardell trading post stuff. Oh, there's Treasure Speaky. It's just a repeatable quest at this point. Something to kind of keep in mind right here. When you're coming up on these quests, people here, they like to really be a butt. The goblins over there, they sometimes follow you over and will smack you and you'll be like, where did they come from? But these two give you some quests. She gives you the enraged water geyser and the artifacts, and you get a pretty good belt and stuff like that from them. And then we actually have another person who we're gonna go and talk to, and they will also give us some pretty decent equipment. Before we even go into the ruined city, there is who I'm assuming is their play off of Bear Grylls. It's Wolf Grills. He's a survival expert, just like Bear Grylls. I'm just saying, he doesn't look anything like Bear Grylls, though. I think that was on purpose. But this guy will give you 2 quests where you have to kill some gazelles and some dry sand goblins, and the equipment's okay. It's not like amazing, but it is okay. And main reason why I suggest doing it is it's pretty good experience. Even if, you know, especially if you're alone, but even if there's people there, it's still pretty good experience. People will actually come to this area specifically to farm experience, especially in the 16 to 19 range. I didn't put it in my 16 to 19 range video because of the amount of people who come into this area. I figured, you know, I'm not gonna put crowded places into a video because I know people know about it, and I wanted to give a little bit more outside of the crowded areas, because I know whenever I'm farming for experience, I don't like having a large group if I'm solo. And if I do have a large group, it's usually people in the guild or anything like that. But you'll just come over here, kill some of these guys real quick. It's not really that hard, at least right now. They are 5 levels over you, and that's kind of why we're doing these. Is because with these quests, before we get to the solo instance, we should be able to get up to level 14. and that will allow for you to not be ridiculously underleveled and underpowered. So I will be right back once I got all of these enemies killed. Okay, so what there? I'm dying a little bit. So got those 2 quests done. Now we're coming into here, and this is essentially the end. And this is taking a lot less time because, like I said, we are getting close to the 16 to 19 skill gap. So the thing you're gonna want to do is just kind of run around, grab all of these artifacts and stuff like that, kill a couple water geysers and stuff like that. But this is pretty much the end. And I actually had some people ask me where the Green Warden was, and I guess some people have never actually gotten the quest for the Green Warden. Well, he's actually in this area. So, whoopsie. Right here is where the Green Warden is. This is where you get the flowers. You go through this little archway here, and then there's a flower here, flower here, a flower here, and a flower here, and then there's like another flower here and here, I think. But on this like little platform, there is where the Green Warden will actually spawn in. And he doesn't give like an amazing array of equipment. He's not like a Bashal level of equipment, but he does give pretty decent equipment if you are still struggling, or even if you're not struggling. I still suggest killing him because it's still some pretty decent experience. As you see, we're still 5 levels under leveled, but if not by the time I finish killing everything that I need to kill, by the time I turn in all of these quests here, I will absolutely be level 14, which if you watched the reviews of the characters, you will know that whenever I did the Lionheart Legacy review for the blessings, I was at level 14 when I faced the Protector of the Island. So this is pretty much it. I'll take it all the way to the end, and at the end of the instance, as I've done with every other video. But it like I said, a lot shorter than every other walkthrough that I've done because of the massive level gap that you have to deal with. And this will be the last, I guess, walkthrough we're up with just this ranger. This ranger will end up being retired here after we complete a small portion after this, and then it will probably be switching over to the mage, which you guys have seen the mage in my mage blessing reviews. We will be switching over to there, and if my mage eventually catches up to my ranger in regards to storyline, then we'll switch back to my main ranger. But it will probably be the my second favorite class, the mage, that will finish up the walkthroughs of this game. So as you guys can see, pretty quick to kill this stuff. The water Draco's non-aggressive. They're cute and adorable, but you know what? They're easy to kill. I believe with the water Dracos, you actually return back to Ardell Trading Post. You can choose to do that if you want. I usually do because I'll either have equipment from facing the Green Warden, or I'll want to go and heal up real quick. But yeah, this is it. This is all there is to the Gnoll Waste. The Gnoll Waste is probably the shortest of areas because once we are done with this, we go into the... Oh, look at that. I think we're done. Wait, which one's this? Oh, I gotta kill one more Draco. But yeah, we go into the Jade Reach after this. And the Jade Reach is where you're gonna be probably spending a lot of time. Hey, like I said, if you're not level 14, by the time you're done with these little quests, you will be whenever you turn them in. So we'll just turn these in, and then we'll go all the way to the instance, and that's that. This area, not too crazy. It's kind of like a how can I explain it? It's not very story heavy or quest heavy. Obviously, like I said, I avoided these three, and then there's also these two up here, but I usually go back and do those after I've done everything else. Uh, those will all be stuff that I would do for my leveling. It doesn't really matter what order you do them in, but you can do them in pretty much any order. Yeah, you get the enhancement belt, you get the pants, which if you don't have good pants, you'll have them now, and you have all of your quests up in this area. It's really, really fast, and as you guys can see, I hit gear score 512 by the time I finished this area, and that's actually really, really good. I think whenever I did some of the reviews, I think some of my characters were actually still at like 490 for the gear score. So there I think was one where I was at a 33% damage reduction. I might be wrong. I think there was, but don't quote me on that. If you watch those and you know, let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, this is all she wrote. We go here and you're done. This whole area, the Gnoll Waste area, only took me, oh yeah, this is the Green Warden, by the way. I guess I could show this. This is where the Green Warden spawns. This whole area, including Bashal and everything else, took me only about an hour and a half. I'm at an hour and 23 minutes recording, so once I make this offering and kill this, I'll probably be at about an hour and a half. If you look on the right side, you'll see Lorraine's test. That's something that you'll probably want to do sooner rather than later, because Lorraine's test is where you're getting out. I already am messing up. But Lorraine's test is something where once you finish that, you'll start being able to open up the ability to do... Oh, nope, we're good. Yeah, as you guys can see, Ranger outperforms any class any day of the week when it comes to damage. Especially one-on-one. I didn't even have to reload my quiver once. And that took a whole 2 minutes for me to do. Some of you are like, oh, the mage, that's better damage. Look at that and tell me that they do better damage. All right, so that's it. That's the Gnoll Wastelands. You know, like I said, you got these. It's pretty straightforward, but the biggest thing is making sure you kill Bashal. If you kill Bashal and you get a pretty good like equipment drop, you're pretty much set for Gnoll Waste all the way through until you get to the level grind, because as you can see, I'm going into an area where everything is going to be level 18 or 19, and I'm still not even at a yellow gear score, and that's because I got my really good bow and really good pants and boots. These are like the prepared camper slacks are pants that even though they're not enhanceable, I probably wouldn't be changing these out until after the level gap and after I get into the level like 21, 22 regions. So if you can get lucky, you are pretty well set. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button. Let me know what else you want to see from me in regards to Blessed Unleashed in the future. And I will see all of you guys next time. Bye, guys!